Step two, stakeholders. Stakeholders are anybody and everybody involved or who has an interest in your project. You yourself are a stakeholder who's helping to put together and develop the system, as are your project team, as is the business financing the project or resourcing the project, as are the users of your system once it's eventually in operation and use, as are the regulators and governing bodies that dictate what standards you need to follow during working and what standards your system needs to adhere to so that it's safe and functions correctly. Stakeholders are key. Understanding this concept of stakeholders will mean that you can use information from a wide range of sources to the benefit of developing an optimum solution that meets the needs of those going to be using it or those financing it or those impacted by its existence. Having a simple, clear list of your stakeholders, who they are, what they need, what they desire, what type of stakeholder they are, and having a way of engaging with them regularly or as necessary is key to collaboration because it keeps everybody, or helps to keep everyone aligned on the same page. You may be involved in a project that has many moving parts, many players, many people, many teams. Perhaps it spans a number of years. Having a clear list of who's involved and what they're staking, or who's impacted and what they're stake in, will help you to deliver a holistic system. That is a system that encompasses the needs, the desires, the wants of all persons concerned with that system. The key thing about stakeholder identification and management is that you bring everybody together on this journey. Requirements, like any element of your system as you design it, requirements will chop and change. The environment in which you're building it will chop and change. As your system goes through its different life cycle phases, different organizations, people, entities will come and go as it's being designed, built, and tested and commissioned, entered into service. Whatever life cycle stage you're in, this information is key to the life cycle stages that follow. Key to those who will come in perhaps and take the baton if you're only working on a particular life cycle stage. If you're working on an entire life cycle stage, perhaps it's a shorter project or less complex project, still having this information and keeping it updated is an optimum way to making sure you haven't left any stone unturned, to making sure that your system design is optimum because it's taking into account as much information as you possibly can. And it also allows you to track your requirements against the stakeholders. That is to say, to understand or to keep the alignment between a stakeholder, what they need and what they require from your system, to actually what's being done on your system, whether it's a design, document, report, to keep that alignment together. This is what having a stakeholder list register does. It links your stakeholders to your requirements very strongly and very clearly so that you know at all times exactly what your system is required to do, how the project team is required to work, because of the reasons provided by your stakeholders or because of the needs, the discussions, the engagement you've had with your stakeholders. Stakeholders give the whole reason for your project to exist. Perhaps they're going to use it or maintain it or just finance it. This is a fact whether it's acknowledged or not. So acknowledging this fact will save a lot of potential issues, stresses, misunderstandings. And it also keep you focused and your project team happily engaging with those people who you need to engage with as you put together your system.